This is your Barbados Today Evening Update for Tuesday, June 20th. So glad you can join us. I am Fernella Wedderburn. For at least 3 hours today, this country's business leaders were huddled at government headquarters with Finance Minister Chris Sinclair to discuss tough new measures outlined in the recent budget. When they emerged, head of the Barbados Private Sector Association, Charles Herbert, was upbeat. He not only described the talks as cordial, but told the media that the business community wants some concessions on the dreaded National Social Responsibility Levy and the new 2% levy on foreign exchange transactions.
He has assured us that some of the harsher aspects of the NSRL are being considered, and in due course we'll be told what they are. One of our big concerns were the rules to do with the Foreign Exchange Commission, and he has assured us that the Central Bank has issued the details of how it will operate, and in particular this addresses our main concern that it should be on net foreign exchange purchases and not on gross foreign exchange purchases. And this addresses the main concern that the offshore industry had.
Efforts by Barbados Today to speak to the finance minister were unsuccessful. Now, Sinclair is expected to continue his discussions with critical stakeholders tomorrow. He will meet with the Barbados Manufacturers Association and the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association. Meanwhile, the Barbados Workers Union is gearing up to make its own demands to the government. This evening, the union met with public servants at Solidarity House to discuss the impact of the 2017 budget and protracted wage negotiations. BWU General Secretary Tony Moore told reporters her members are backing recent calls from sister union, the National Union of Public Workers, for a subsidy to help workers cushion the impact of the austerity measures.
By any other name, there needs to be some coping mechanism within the society. What we have observed over the last 9 years is a situation where spending power has not been increased, not only for the public sector, but for anybody at all. Spending power has not been increased, but disposable incomes rather have been depleting with the imposition of more taxes. So it becomes obvious that by whatever name we call it, we may call it a salary increase. Some people may be calling it a coping levy, but by whatever name we call it, there has to be some address to the more vulnerable people in our society whose spending power has been cut to the extent that some will not survive, especially as the measures that have been imposed by the minister's budget would mean, the way we see it, more public sector workers losing their jobs and more private sector workers also losing their jobs.
In other news, this Thursday, local authorities are touting big benefits for the island as the construction of the US $200 million Wyndham Hotel moves full steam ahead. In addition to creating some 1,000 jobs, key sectors, including agriculture, are in line to reap the sweets. According to Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Agricultural Development and Marketing Corporation, Sean Tudor, the Wyndham has agreed to use local produce, and he's confident that local farmers are ready to step up to the plate.
So we'll be very shortly reaching out to the local farmers because it's an opportunity for them in terms of the black belly sheep and some of the other produce. We have major plans for the black belly sheep in Barbados. It's an industry that's been struggling, but it's a unique product to Barbados. It's a unique offering, and we are putting things in place that we can help the farmers throughout Barbados to get the quantity up and to get a consistent supply there.
Tudor was speaking as hotel executives gave an update on the mega project. Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Tourism Product Authority, Dr. Kerry Hall, says the Wyndham brand is a big boost for the island's bread and butter industry. She noted that in addition to marketing, the renowned hotel brand also opens the door to new markets.
It also speaks to, in terms of relevance, to several areas that we are not very strong in as a destination. From the perspective of catering to the millennial travelers, these are the younger 20 and 30-somethings, who are looking for unique and memorable experiences. They're looking for amenities and facilities and hotels that are a little bit more cutting edge, a little bit more exciting. I dare say the word a little bit more sexy in terms of its product offering. We also are catering, are catering to the millennials. It's a multifaceted, not the millennials, sorry, multi-generational families. As we all know, many families are traveling. That is a trend that is currently dominating the industry.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Good morning, Phillips & Company, may I help? Oh, certainly. One moment, please. Miss Phillips?
Yeah?
There's a lady on the line from the Nation newspaper who would like to speak with you.
The Nation? Will she go on?
Well, they're trying to sell us some ads.
Look, don't make me laugh this morning. Ads in the Nation? They're real expensive, and for what here, nobody ain't buying them papers no more. Nobody want to steal news. I hear reading Barbados Today online for free. So I tell she thanks for calling, but no thanks. We just advertise in Barbados Today, families. Tell she is Barbados Today all the way.
Okay, I'll pass on the message. Mom, are you still there? Oh, she put down.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To news from the region now, a public quarrel has erupted between the region's politicians on the Venezuelan crisis. Antigua and Barbados Prime Minister Gaston Brown is slamming former Jamaican Prime Minister Bruce Golding, who criticized him and Vincentian leader Dr. Ralph Gonsalves for their strong stance on Venezuela. Golding charged that Venezuela's generosity to St. John's and Kingstown controls the decision-making of Brown and Gonsalves, suggesting that their calls for about a non-interference in Caracas is foolishness. But Brown hit back, saying that Golding was disrespectful. He insisted that he and Gonsalves were standing on principle. Brown called out Golding for his handling of the Dudus Coke affair when Golding refused to extradite the reputed drug kingpin to the United States on the grounds that Jamaica was a sovereign state and the U.S. was using illegal methods to obtain evidence on coke. Further afield, Belgium soldiers shot a man suspected of being a would-be suicide bomber at Brussels Central Station today. He was shot after reportedly setting off a small explosion. Media reports say no one else was injured. CNN has the report on the latest attack.
The immediate thing that jumps out at me is that this was Brussels, which is the headquarters / barracks of ISIS's Francophone jihadi network. It's probably the most significant and prominent non-Arab, or I should say European-born network of jihadis. We saw them attack in Paris infamously, at Stade de France and the Bataclan. A few weeks later, they hit Brussels International Airport. The bomb maker for the explosions in both of those incidents came from Brussels. Here you have another target of a major transport hub, the central rail station. The oddities to this story, though, are as follows, at least to my mind. Number one, it was a lone actor. We don't, according to the Belgian authorities, which shut this down immediately, said this guy's been neutralized, nothing to see here, it's all done. If he was acting alone, what kind of device did he have? I've seen rumors on social media and Belgian media reports that he might have been strapped with a suicide vest, in which case, did he take it off and detonate it inside the rail station and then make a run for it? And then he got shot by Belgian soldiers. Also, the timing is a bit weird, 10 p.m. Granted, I mean, you know, Brussels can have an active nightlife, but, you know, this is not 4 p.m., this isn't rush hour traffic. ISIS coordinated attacks, things that are sort of part of a, you know, many-pronged and multi-men effort. Usually, they look for maximum impact.
And that's news. But for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. As well, you can tune into 96.9 FM for the very latest. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.